A look from before as the Clippers made their way to the locker room. Here are the start. Brooklyn on out there with Harden. Then there's Griffin. Then there's Hill. And it's Claxton in at the center position. And for Los Angeles, we've got Marcus Morris. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Leonard in at the 3. Now here's Beverley. The 3 from George. The three-pointer is right on target. Lots of speed and athleticism on the floor tonight, Brent. What do you think could determine the outcome?
Well, if guys are going to play fast, Kevin, and guys are going to be up in the air, it's going to come down to very solid decision-making to see who it is that separates themselves in this one.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. And Harden with this stuff.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Here's George. Outside Leonard from the arc. Rebound Brooklyn. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break from deep Harden. It's a hand on it, and staying with the play, Harris.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. And George, here we go.
George is not settling for low percentage plays right now. He's putting the defense in a really tough position.
Pass to Claxton. Back to Harden. Down low, it's stolen by Morris. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Ibaka. And too long on the shot. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's Claxton, defended by George. 6 on the shot clock. And Harris wide open. He shoots. No good from outside.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Here's George, following the basket by Blake Griffin, and taken away by Brown. In the corner, it's Griffin. Harris against Leonard. Harris passes to Griffin. George against Harden. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
As crafty as they come, Harden uses that tremendous body control to his advantage.
He hits both from the stripe.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
And Beverley kicks to Leonard. Got a hand on it, and they'll keep possession. George dishes to Ibaka. Passes it to Beverley. Another shot. And the layup good by Ibaka.
And the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Now, here is Harden. And the jam by Harden. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Here's Beverley. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's the pass to Leonard. The dish to George. From deep. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Now here's Harden. He's got 6. Brown the pass to Claxton. Brown kicks to Harden. His three-pointers off the mark. George finds Beverly. And the three ball is good.
You can't play too far off of Patrick Beverly, or this can happen.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Free throw good, James Harden. And both free throws good for James Harden. There's 10 seconds left here in the first quarter. It's George on the wing. From downtown, and it's wow, he nails the buzzer beater. Bringing the Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He got to double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Back right after this. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
They've got Kennard, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum. And there's Jackson, and it's man in at the 3 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Cousins trying to free himself up, and that one is good. Jackson's got the lead up to 5 now for the Clippers. Irving finds Dinwiddie. Back to Irving. Good work there as it goes.
So clever. He finds different ways to probe inside, and Kyrie with a great finish.
Jackson passes to Kennard. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Durant with it, and Batum picks him up defensively. Over Kennard. No good from Durant. Los Angeles leading by 3. From deep three-point range, Jordan with the rebound. In transition, here come the Nets. Irving passes to Luau. Releases. Irving can't get it to go.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it. Jackson
from long range. And again, no good by the Clippers. Nets trail by 3. Luau Cabarro kicks to Irving. That one doesn't drop. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Kennard with the ball. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. There's Jackson with the 3. The rebound by KD. The Nets have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. That doesn't go in either for Irving.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call, and there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, will say Gary Payton. I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school, and it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy. He would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Here's Luau. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got 4 rebounds in this game. Kennard against Dinwiddie. Kennard, the pass to Jackson. Just 5 to shoot. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Dinwiddie outside. Durant down low. Defended by Batum. Step back on that one and let it fly. KD's got his first points in this one. 51 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass to Kennard. Launches a 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. Irving for 3. On the wing, Irving. Dinwiddie wide open. Rebounded by Jackson. Clippers leading by 3.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson. Using his poise and vision to make a play.
Irving dishes to Dinwiddie. Irving passes to Llewellyn. Durant wide open. He fires. Here's Jordan, and that's going to do it. Some good defense down the stretch. Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 10 points and 1 assist. And that'll do it.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for Brooklyn now, Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then it's Jordan. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2-guard spot. In transition, here come the Nets. Dinwiddie with the ball. Harris kicks to Irving. It's Durant on the wing, covered by Morris. The kick out to Irving. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. Irving's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
He's seeing everything right now. Fantastic job pulling the trigger when he's open.
George finds Leonard. And he gets the bucket. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Those defenders just looked a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
George looking over the floor. He kicks to Leonard. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Irving dishes to Dinwiddie. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Irving drives in.
Kyrie Irving, one of the quick.
Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, You really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 2 points now on the basket from Durant. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Pass to Beverly. Back to George. Takes a three. He can't get that one to fall. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Feeds to Dinwiddie. 1:51 left in the third. Knocked loose. Stolen by George. Morris outside. Ibaka finds Morris. And again, the Clippers good for two.
And dangerous in that catch-and-shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
Here's Irving. It's tipped, and he recovers it. There's the triple. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Irving's got two now from beyond the arc in the third for Brooklyn. Now, here's George. 12 points for him. And stolen by Jordan. For the lead. And Dinwiddie lays it in. Dinwiddie's got the lead up to 1 now for the Nets.
Well, that break started by Jordan Steele. Long arms helping to get into the passing lane.
Jordan against Ibaka. Leonard looking over the floor. George trying to break free.
And Jordan, a defensive stalwart, crushing the opposition with his shot blocking.
Bank shot, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip.
I don't think this is a conditioning issue, but they look like they've lost their legs here in the second half.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. To the middle. Here's Leonard. 2 free throws coming. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video...
What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for the Brooklyn Nets. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Right back after this break. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Batuma's out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. And there's Jackson, and it's Mann in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
Harden outside. 6 to shoot. And Harden with the stuff.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Kennard, the pass to Batum. Here's Cousins, and it's blocked, and he gets it back. Batum wide open. He fires. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. And the Clippers lead by 1. Harden kicks to Brown. Kicks it out to Harden. Dishes to Griffin. Back to Harden. That shot misses. Great D that time from Batum. Kennard for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Now it's a 4-point Los Angeles lead.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Harden against Jackson. Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Harden against Jackson. Kicks it to Cousins. Banked in off the glass. Cousins has got his first 2 points.
I think this is where Cousins operates best. Comfortable using his size and comfortable in the painted area.
Brown the pass to Llewellyn. Back to Brown. Here's Harden. And the rejection by Jackson. Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Clock at 4. Passes it to Claxton. Over Cousins. Claxton no good. Clippers leading by 4. Cousins inside. Guarded by Harden. And Cousins gets it to go.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
And here is Durant. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Clippers. Cousins has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. It's stolen by Brown. Harden against Jackson. Shoots over Batum. No good off the back of the rim. And so Cousins will bring it up for Los Angeles. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Back to Jackson. 1:10 left in the 4th quarter. He dishes it to Cousins. The shot that time, not on target. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Batum against KD. It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
Well, anyone questioning Durant's killer instinct can stop right now. Wow.
Now Jackson. Over to the wing. Here's Cousins, and he makes that one. Cousins has got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers.
Wow, Cousins brings his A game here late.
Here's Harden on the wing. Guarded by Jackson. It counts. And now they trail by just 4.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Harden against Jackson. To the paint. Here's Cousins. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Check out the vision from Jackson. He doesn't have to make the flashy play, just wants to make the right play.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Coming right up. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports. The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Ibaka in at the 5. Now, here's Lillard. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's Lillard. The pass to Nurkic. It's McCollum on the wing. Sinks the triple.
Now, realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
McCollum against George. Here's Beverley. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you have to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's McCollum. Charity stripe shot. Clock at 6. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist by Lillard.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists for him.
Well, we all know that Dame can score whenever he wants to. But this team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Well, you know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
Lillard with no one around. Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny. George against McCollum. And Paul George with the three. It's a tie ball game.
And I love the floor spacing George gives you. His range seems to extend a little every year.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Over Beverly. And it's Lillard missing.
Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
Pass to Ibaka. It's George on the wing. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And it's Beverly missing. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And the dunk by Powell.
And the vision of Nurkic. I mean, solid at understanding when to distribute the ball.
Beverly, the pass to Ibaka. He kicks it to George. From deep. Lillard with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And the dunk by Powell.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. I mean, a good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Leonard against Powell. Leonard attacking. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Now here's McCollum. We've got 1:13 left in the first. Back to Nurkic. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. Morris against McCollum. Here's Ibaka. And it's rebounded by Covington. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trail Blazers. That one drops for him.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Back to George. Over McCollum. George finds Ibaka. Lets it fly from 18. No good. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Dishes to Powell. Passes to Lillard. Fires from deep. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Trailblazers out in front, leading by just 2. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is still as competitive as they come. Here's
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Well, setting the pace early, aggressive mind state. I love their approach so far.
On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair. Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot.
You can't be too far off Covington. He's skilled at sizing up the defense and firing once he gets it.
George looking around. And it's George finishing it off.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Beverly against Lillard. Here's Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
The closer Nurkic is to the basket, the more dangerous he is. A solid interior scorer.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
Morris with the bucket.
When Morris gets free from mid-range, he's very effective. Love seeing him getting it going from there.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Cantor finds Jones. Back to Cantor. Shoots over Cousins. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
Credit to D for not giving up on that play. He's a tough cover down low.
Man passes to Cousins for the 3. That one's not going to go. Now Portland takes it the other way. Now here's Little. Kennard covering. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And then Jones with the jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Jackson passes to Cousins. Back to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
If you do not appreciate the athleticism of Jackson, he can punish the D.
Portland leading by 4. Simons surveying the D. Pass to Anthony. The pass to Simons. 5 to shoot. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Simons has got the lead up to 6 now for Portland.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Jackson has tremendous hops. We call those pogo sticks, especially how he just gets up so easy and takes it home.
1:04 left in the first half. Jones the pass to Simons. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
Now here's Jackson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jackson's got 6 points.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him now.
34 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Simons. And with the rebound.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical. And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, no need to rush right here. Let the clock run a little, then execute your offense. And look at Cantor rise up. Good anticipation for the big man to go for the alley.
Good on. That one doesn't go. The shot missing. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Back to the end.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5. And
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Clippers trail by 6. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Batum. Reggie Jackson out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's man in at the small forward position. Passed a little. Tries it from the top of the key. That one, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Batum. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And really, Batum is so adept at draining these shots off the drive, using his speed and athletic frame to easily coast to the rim.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite too, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Kennard, the pass to man, kicks to Jackson. For 3. No good there.
Hard work on the boards. A lot of competition for that one, but he's got the limp to be the first one, too.
90 seconds now into the second half. Simons hands it from downtown. And it's a 9-point Trailblazer lead.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
Kennard finds Jackson. Off target from 3-point range.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Outside Anthony. The tray. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And Anthony is certainly capable of sinking the triple. The D has to respect that quick release and get out on it.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they are forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Well, for Jackson, it's about being consistent. I mean, when he concentrates on playing to his strengths, he's an effective player.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. To the left wing. Here's Little. That 3 off the mark. Clippers trail by 10. Right side Jackson. And Jones pulls it down.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
The wide open look here for Anthony. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Now, that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
There's Jackson with the 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 5 rebounds tonight. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And that one falls for Jones. So for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Cantor. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anfernee Simons. And he can't hit the second. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 11-point game. And the basket is good.
Nice play by George. This is what size on the wing gives you. The option to pick your spot anywhere on the floor.
Lillard against Beverly. Lillard up top. Shot clock at 6. There's the dish to Anthony. Beyond the arc. Lillard misses.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him. And he knows it. The best thing they can do is try to get him more easy looks.
And that's the activity on the offensive glass they like to see out of Kawhi. When he's in full hustle mode, they're a much stronger team.
Lillard, the pass to Carmelo. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Back to Lillard. Launches it. They get it back. Nurkic. Pass to Little. Out to the right wing. Three-pointer. Lillard misses.
A really tough night for him offensively. I mean, I wonder what the score would be if he wasn't so cold from the field.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, now that's how you mount a comeback. They're not all the way back, but they're getting close.
Back to Lillard. From deep. Hits the three-point bomb. Lillard's got 5.
Lillard's not going to let you get away with that. He wants those 3 points back, and he gets them quick.
And here's Leonard. He's got 8. Ibaka outside. A 3 from Morris. That shot off. And so it's Portland heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. A good size advantage, and they'll look to increase it. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Control the pace. Get it to the right guy at the right time. These requirements top the list if you're a good point guard.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3. And that one's good, Lillard.
And look at that, the touch of Lillard inside, so impressive. He's terrific at generating points.
Outside, George double-teamed. Back to Beverly. Nobody near Leonard. No good with the triple.
Now, you don't see that very often. A wide-open 3 is usually like a layup for him.
McCollum kicks to Powell. Steps back and fires. Kicks it out to Lillard. McCollum from deep. 3-point land. Outside, Covington. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Covington's got the lead up to 12 now for Portland. Outside, Leonard. He dishes it to Ibaka. Shoots over Nurkic. Powell with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. And it's sent back by George. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. 4th quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Pass to Beverly. McCollum against George. Shot from the wing. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Clock at 6. Lillard finds Covington. And that one, good. And the Trailblazers lead by 12.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And here's Morris for 3. Nurkic with the steal. Lillard against Beverly. Lillard, the pass to Covington. A 3 ball. And there's Lillard. That's good on the assist from Covington. Lillard's got 5 points in the quarter. And here's George for 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverly, just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. From 17 feet out, and it comes off the front of the rim.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up. That'll put Paul George on the line. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
And, you know, you go back to that horrific leg injury in Vegas back in 2014, and Paul George hasn't just made it back to the NBA. He's come back a better player.
Lillard way outside. And the Trailblazers another 3. Here's George. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Knocked away. Out of bounds. Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. And Lillard gets double teamed. McCollum kicks to Nurkic. No good on the triple. Clippers trail by 12. Bounce pass from Morris. It's good.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score. And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Trailblazers.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket, didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Damian Lillard.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
4-3, Covington. He can't get that one, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks, and the wide open shot from Morris. A three-pointer off the mark. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. McCollum dishes to Powell. And it's off from three-point range. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. Finished off the break.
And the quick feet of Beverly really jetting it down the open court for high percentage opportunity.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This was a very... The bronze likeness of Lakers great Magic Johnson that can be found just up. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in its small forward. And for Los Angeles, we've got Patrick Beverley. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here's Beverley. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players. But you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. And Ibaka kicks to Leonard. Back to Ibaka. All alone. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
On the wing, DiVincenzo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Ibaka. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Feeds it to Morris. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. And so Holiday will bring it up for Milwaukee. Passes it to Middleton. Inside, Leonard with the steal. Here's Beverly. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And, you know, Beverly has great speed. Snake-like in how he slips through the defense on the drive.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And Holiday, here we go. Back to Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 5. And they double up Antetokounmpo. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Man, that was a remarkable pump fake from Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's really good at selling that shot fake.
And we heard Shaquille O'Neal bestow his Superman nickname on Giannis Antetokounmpo, and rightfully so. The Greek Freak, the most dominant paint scorer since Shaq himself.
Now, here is George. Here's Leonard. Again, Los Angeles.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Holiday surveying the floor. To the inside. Leonard with the steal. Morris finds Ibaka. Back to Morris. And here's Leonard. Lets it go with a 3. He's off on that one. The Bucks trail. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Middleton can't get it to go. And watching Antetokounmpo get to the rim can, GA, take your breath away.
Man, he can go around you, through you, or literally jump right over you. Call him the freak, Superman, what have you. None of it feels like an exaggeration.
Here's DiVincenzo. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
1:33 left in the first quarter of the game. Beverly against Holiday.
And I tell you what, Beverly is a ferocious defender. I mean, he really, really gets after it and gets up into you. You're not getting anything easy when he's defending.
The shot by George. Wide open. Bangs home the trifecta.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And so Holiday will bring it up for Milwaukee. Trailing by 5. 56 seconds left in the first quarter. DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. Middleton inside the three-point line with nobody on him. He buries the jumper.
The obvious work ethic of Middleton on full display there. I mean, the quick release off the pass, which leaves the defense without much to do.
Now here's Beverly. Kicks it to Leonard. Takes the three. And that's collected by Drew Holiday.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Giannis. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now Middleton. 6 on the shot clock. And Antetokounmpo inside. He's covered by Leonard.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Chalk that up. Lopez won't miss many of those.
And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And the footage relayed to the officials.
So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. The Bucks on top, leading by just 1. We'll be back shortly live from...
I know if I put the work in, maybe.
And Greg, that's the humble, hard-working approach we've come to expect from Giannis.
You know, he's not interested in putting himself on a pedestal. Enough people do that for him. He just wants to become the best he can be and win rings.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, I like the way they play. They're looking to get up and down the court every time. Racehorse basketball here tonight. Strap it up. Don't look down. You'll miss something.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Teague. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Connaughton in at the 2 spot. Teague up top, guarded by Jackson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. Here's Cousins. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Bucks leading by 3. Teague deciding where to go with it. To the paint. Here's Portis. Teague kicks to Connaughton. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo dishes to Teague. Shoots. Portis trying to free himself. Milwaukee, no good that time either. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That is his first foul of the game. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. The shot's good from Kennard.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds it. Great feel for the game.
And here is Teague. That one falls.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
The Clippers trail. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. It's Jackson with the drive, and Jackson throws it down hard.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Outside Teague. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. The first one falls.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second. And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Fast a man. Jackson deciding where to go with it. The Clippers keep it alive. It's not going to go for him. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. From past the arc. The shot will not fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Batum. Ejected by Teague.
Love seeing the point guard Jeff Teague get involved defensively there, using his speed to rise up for a block shot. Nice.
Nice shot by Portis. Portis has got 4 this quarter.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Jackson passes to Cousins. Here's Kennard. From deep. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Left side, Portis. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. This one for 3. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Clippers trail by 4. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And, you know, he's going to take that shot every time. The defense has to respect him from the mid-range.
There's 48 seconds left now here in the second. Portis, the pass to Teague. Back to Portis. Just 4 to shoot.
Well, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Connects from 3-point range. Kennard's got 8 points.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Outside Teague. Stolen by Jackson. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Here's Mann. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by.
Kevin, thanks.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Their field goal percentage was a... That's all for now.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Bucks trail by 3. Baca is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Loads it up for Giannis. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And Antetokounmpo is so long. I mean, he stretches forever, covers a ton of ground.
Now here's Leonard. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Puts the move on, and he lays it up and in. Antetokounmpo's got 4 this quarter.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Pass to Ibaka. Stolen by Holiday. He dishes it to Middleton. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And the rejection by Ibaka.
An elite rim protector, Ibaka has the highly desired combination of athleticism and timing.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. DiVincenzo finds Middleton. 6 to shoot. Over Morris.
Bringing a strong work ethic defensively. Morris grinding on the shooter there.
And that's good from Antetokounmpo on the assist by Middleton. Antetokounmpo's got 10 points. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Outside, George. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Middleton inside the three-point line. Great positioning on the putback.
Timeout.
And the Bucks lead by 3.
Yeah, bully balling his way to the rack that time. Lopez with a great second effort.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Morris passes to Ibaka. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's George. Yep, that one goes. George has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And George is very capable at knocking down difficult shots. I mean, because of his size and stroke and ball handling and his added strength, he's able to shoot over good defense and knock them down.
They get a hand on it. Leonard with the steal. Beverly finds Leonard. Out to Morris. Leonard with the ball. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That is his first foul of the game.
He must have thought he was a jungle gym the way he was climbing all over his back. Easy call.
Yeah, that's a good one there, man. I tell you, I appreciate the effort, but he overdid it just a bit there. He needed to get called for the foul.
And a sensational individual defender. Leonard will lock you down. Rejections are just part of the package he brings on the defensive end.
Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Leonard kicks to Morris. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's his first foul. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. 1:14 left in the third. Jackson against Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Jackson.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively. He's been absolutely relentless.
The pass to man. Outside Jackson. Here's Kennard. Giannis grabs the miss. Bucks leading by 3. Here's Holiday. Count it, and the foul. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The 3. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. For Milwaukee, they have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
And Brook Lopez, a little bigger and more of an offensive player than his brother Robin. But they've both turned into quality big men in this league.
And the Clippers call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
And he sinks the second. Everly with the ball. Outside, George. With 2 seconds left. And it's sent back by Lopez. And we've reached the end of the third. Milwaukee on top as they end the third quarter. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Clippers trail by 7 on the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. Leonard with the bucket.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Here's Holiday. Shoots the 3. It's good from long range. Holiday's got the lead up to 8 now for Milwaukee.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
And, you know, guys, that kind of offensive efficiency really keeps a lot of pressure on the opponent, and that's part of why the lead is what it is.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
A nice shot by George.
Man, you've got to like the way George puts the right touch and arc on his shots from deep. He's an outstanding shooter from range.
Holiday dishes to Middleton. Outside, Antetokounmpo. 5 on the clock. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And it's easy to see by Antetokounmpo's performance tonight. He can flat out dominate games at times.
And Leonard has it in the corner. To the right side. Beverly looking around. Antetokounmpo against Leonard. Rebounded by the Bucks. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Clippers trail by 7. Moving it up. Here's Leonard. And Middleton with the block.
Boy, the defensive hustle there by Middleton. Stretching out and getting his hand on that shot. Excellent effort.
Now Holiday. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Antetokounmpo, no good. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
Yeah, important points from Morris. And when he's feeling it, he'll step up and take control.
Milwaukee leading by 5. And here's Holiday. Dishes it to Lopez. Over Ibaka. Lopez, no luck. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Here's Leonard. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Giannis passes to Middleton. 1:24 left to play here in the fourth. Lopez gives to Giannis. Back to Lopez. The Bucks working the ball around. Holiday gets the bucket.
With deep range and a wide arsenal of moves, Holiday keeps defenders off balance.
George against DiVincenzo. Jacks up a three. George, no good. Got a piece of it. George against Holiday. Passes it to Antetokounmpo. Outside Holiday. And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That is his first foul of the game. Now here's Middleton. Just 5 to shoot. From deep three-point range. Good work defensively by Morris. On offense, here are the Clippers. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. A nice shot by George.
And because of Paul George's composure and even-keeled nature, his teammates have great trust in him in these situations.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Out to the right wing. Ibaka for three. Hands the three.
And this is where Ibaka's steely demeanor serves him well. No hesitation under pressure.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. The activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum. Not too far. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Baca is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the two-guard spot. And for the Nets, Durant is out there with Luwawu. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Claxton in at the center. Now here's Beverly. Pass to Ibaka. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Two terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. No good from Durant.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Nobody near George. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
We know Beverly's ability as a defender, but don't underestimate his ability as a distributor. He has good vision.
Now here's Irving. We play just over a minute here in the first. Durant, the pass to Luwawu. 4 on the shot clock. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Irving can't get it to go.
In OKC, Paul George showed he can be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. That'll put Paul George on the line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Now, here is Irving. Lays it up and banks it in.
I like this from Kyrie. Looking for a high percentage shot, settling for nothing less.
Pass to Beverly. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Beverly finds George. Dinwiddie with the rebound. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. The shot's good from Irving.
Out in transition, Kyrie finds his spot down the court. Finishes the job.
Beverly against Irving. Leonard inside. Makes it off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. It's a 5-point game. Here's Irving. Another miss by Irving.
Easy chance from mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
The putback. It's good on the putback.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
The Nets have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Outside, KD. And there's the pass to Claxton. Irving, good. Irving's got 6.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
1:32 left here in the opening quarter. Dinwiddie against George. A rebound by the Nets. Releases. A nice shot by KD.
How do you stop that? You have to play KD for the drive, but then he just rises up like that, and there's nothing you can do to stop it.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Now here's Jackson. Great D that time from Griffin.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
It's good.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
40 seconds left to play here in the first. Cousins against Jordan. No good on the shot. Brooklyn trailing. On the wing, Brown. Here's Harden on the wing. The dish to Griffin. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. It's hauled in by Harris. On the wing, Harden. Griffin down low.
I like when Kennard hustles on D. He's capable of making a difference on that end.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. The Clippers on top. They lead by 1. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
And you know this, most of the time, offensive rebounds generate high percentage looks.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We've got Luke Kennard, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Batum, and there's Jackson, and it's man in at the 3 slot. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question, and believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that.
Shots good by Kennard.
Can't let Kennard get this close. Once you do, he's going up with it.
Harden dishes to Brown. Harris looking it over. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Nice shot by Harden. Wide open. Nets with the new shot clock. Outside for Jordan. The feed to Harden. Second chance effort. The Clippers grab the miss. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Brown. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Clippers have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Now here's Harden. He's still scoreless so far in this one. To the middle, Brown. An easy 2 points on the layup. Brown's got it all tied up now for Brooklyn.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Here's Cousins. Kennard for 3. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Here's the 3. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
A knockdown shooter with excellent range. Kennard gives your offense the floor spacing it needs.
And here's Harden for 3. Cousins pulls it in.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Inside. Kennard on the wing. Off target from the wing. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Nets. It's a 3-point game. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
When Blake sees a lane to the basket, it looks like his eyes lights up and he attacks.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn. Irving finds Dinwiddie. And here is Durant. Shoots over Batum. And yes, it's good. KD's got the lead up to 1 now for Brooklyn.
The wiry strength of Kevin Durant enabling him to guide it home.
High post Cousins. Durant with the steal. And so they foul intentionally. We've got 1:18 left in the first half. Now, here is Irving. 6 points for him. There's the three.
Tremendous defense. Reggie has the quickness to stay on the ball and the long reach to affect the shot.
He can't get it to go. And Brooklyn will come the other way. KD with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. Dinwiddie wide open. Offline with his three. 2-for-1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
And Cousins throws it down.
Natural-born finisher, DeMarcus Cousins bringing the hammer.
Irving passes to Dinwiddie. Back to Irving. In the hoop for his fourth field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Jackson up top, covered by Irving. That one goes in, and the Clippers lead by 1.
That is a powerful point guard right there. Reggie converting against very tight defense.
Kennard for 3. Unable to get that one. Got it off in time, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. So, thanks for the great interview, David, and we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. Their biggest advantage of the period. Thanks for joining us.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
They've got Kyrie Irving. Luwawu is out there with Durant, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. So that's the Nets 5.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
And as he gets deeper into his career, Serge Ibaka's shooting continues to improve. What a great job he's done of changing how he scores.
It's very impressive because a late bloomer Serge Ibaka has been on the offensive end. Let's look at last season, his highest point per game average, and he's in his 11th NBA season. And still has great efficiency on the offensive end, but sometimes he's overlooked as a scorer on this team.
Leonard against KD, and then Durant with the dunk.
The long strides of Durant gliding through the lane. Throw it down, big fella.
Now Beverly. Pass to George. Shoots over Dinwiddie. George, no good. Nets trail by 3. Down low. And that'll be 2 free throws. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
At the line for your Nets, Kevin Durant. At the line for 2.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Basket counts. Irving's got 10.
Defensively, someone has to stay with Kyrie on the pick and roll. He's too good of a scorer.
Morris outside. And here's Leonard. He's got 6, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in LA, but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
The shot's good. KD's got 4 points in the quarter.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Beverly dishes to Ibaka. Beverly against Irving. And Beverly kicks to Ibaka. Clippers moving the ball around. Outside for George. The long distance 3 is buried. He's got 10.
He doesn't need much time to get his shot off. Paul George is a dependable catch-and-shoot option.
Irving with it. It's Ibaka picking him up. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Brooklyn shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And he ends up missing both free throws. Clippers leading by 6. It's Jackson with the drive. And that one is off. Great D that time from Irving. And Dinwiddie gets it to go on the assist by Irving.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
In the 3rd quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Here's Luwawu. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. For 3, Durant. No good on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Cousins inside. Dinwiddie covering. They grab their own miss. Batum wide open. He fires. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Dinwiddie attacking. Great D that time from Batum. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Kennard on the wing. To the middle. Here's Cousins, and the layup's good off the glass. Cousins has got the lead up to 9 now for Los Angeles.
This is the look you want. High percentage. DeMarcus putting himself in a position to succeed.
Good.
He's doing what he can do to pull them closer, but it's not enough. He needs more help.
Jackson looking around. That shot off. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. The Clippers on top. They lead by 7. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
4th quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, they've got Batum. Reggie Jackson out there with Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Mann in at the 3. Nets trail by 7. Harden outside. Dishes it to Brown. Cousins with the block.
Great anticipation by DeMarcus. His instincts are excellent pretty much in every phase of the game. So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job. Harden
the pass to Brown. Jackson against Harden. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
And the Clippers call time here. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. So for the Nets, Kevin Durant comes in for Joe Harris, and Irving subbed in for Bruce Brown. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Now here's Beverly, and here's George for three. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant, and that's an intentional foul. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Irving, Jordan trying to free himself up.
And when Morris is playing with intensity like this, his defense can really shine through.
George against Harden. Here's George. Pass to Ibaka. Now here's Beverly. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Leonard finds Morris. 6 on the shot clock. And it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Kyrie Irving. The Clippers have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Pass to Morris. Beverly with the ball. Outside Leonard from outside the arc. Good on the three-point shot.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Irving dishes to Harden. The kick out to Irving. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his 4th assist in this one.
This is what makes Kyrie so dangerous. He is so proficient from distance.
Now here's George. And the pass to Leonard. George looking over the floor. Morris outside. Over Harden. Morris, no good. The Nets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got the game tied up here for the Nets.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Harden against George. Here's Ibaka. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Jordan with some nice D. So the first one drops, and that gives them the lead.
You know, he was a college player of the year, the first freshman to ever do it. We all knew Kevin Durant would be special. No doubt about those free throws. This is why you put the ball in his hands.
Now here's Beverly. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's George. They can't stop the run with that one. The Nets have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. Pretty nice efficiency there. And he commits the intentional foul.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
We know he's one of the best offensive players in the league. What I've seen lately from Kyrie is an improvement in his focus on the defensive end.
Now here's Leonard. And Jordan sends it back. And they go to the intentional foul. And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 4. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter. now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
Outside, George. And 1:01 left in the fourth.
Can't be careless with DeAndre is around. He slaps shots back with some real authority.
Durant drawing the double team. Passes it to Irving. Stolen by Beverly. And George kicks to Beverly. To stop the run. Money! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Big points as the stakes rise, so does George's impact on the game.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Irving passes to Jordan. Here's KD. Jordan dishes to Durant. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
That's just being out of sync and at the worst time, costly.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. In the corner, George with it. Can't knock in the... And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. Have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
So the first of 3 is good, and that brings them within 2 here.
The rare guy who can do everything at both ends. Paul George gives you a chance to win every night.
The second one drops, and that narrows the gap to 1. And no good on the third free throw. So he ends up going 2 of 3. And the foul calling Kawhi Leonard. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Huge shots. Tremendous job stepping up in a big way for them at the stripe.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're down by 3. Just 2 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And they need a 3 to tie. But look, they've got enough time here to find a good look. They can run a play off the inbound, make sure they get it in the hands of their best shooter.
The bustling city of Portland. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Baca is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the 3 spot. Now, here is Morris. Count that one. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
Well, I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feel secondary.
Now Lillard. Passes to Anthony. There's the lob to Lillard. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Melo good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
Beverley, the pass to Ibaka. It's George on the wing. From deep. Doesn't go that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. McCollum kicks to Anthony. Morris against Collins. Here's Nurkic. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Not bad. Nurkic with a nice shot there, especially off of that assist.
Outside, George. From deep 3-point range, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep. And, you know, if you only look at the box score for Zach Collins, then you're missing the whole picture. He's a terrific defender.
I agree with you, GA. I think his scoring is going to come, but obviously they have potent guard play, and that's not much needed. What is needed is on the interior, him being active as a big man and defending around the rim. It is something that Zach Collins is capable of doing.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And Leonard has it in the corner. Over Anthony. Leonard, no luck.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Shot by Collins, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
Here's Lillard. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Lillard scanning the floor. Trailblazers keep it alive. Nurkic, the pass to Lillard. Back to Nurkic. 4 on the clock. It's hauled in by the Clippers. 1:53 left in the first quarter. Here's Leonard. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And they call an illegal screen here.
And that's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. Now, here is George. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And if you really want to make things hard on yourselves, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
1:10 left to play in the first quarter. And here's Morris for 3. Hits it from 3-point range. Morris has got 7 points in the game.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Looking to end the run. Count that bucket.
And Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
41 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Nobody near George. And another three for the Clippers.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Lillard against Beverly, and Lillard kicks to Covington. On deep, and Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist from Covington. 7 points in the game. Clippers leading by 8. George dishes to Leonard. There's the feed to Ibaka. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers going into the break with a 10-point lead.
I'm training for summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Anthony. And it's Nurkic in at the center.
Oh, just a picture-perfect alley-oop. You gotta love that.
A little surprised, Greg. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Jackson with it. Now the pass to Kennard. Shot from free throw range. And it's Portland with the rebound. Jones in the post. Jackson on him. Jones, no luck. Here's Batum, and Batum throws it down.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Simons surveying the D. Over Jackson. Here's Cantor. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Nicholas Batum.
And this is what he's worked on. As Cantor has become a more polished inside scorer, he's been drawing more fouls.
And Cantor drops them both. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
Here's Cantor. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers leading by 12. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. And the three off target. Here's Jones. It's deflected. Out of bounds. Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Cantor, the pass to Jones.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Pass to Kennard. From deep three-point range, the rebound by Simon. Trailblazers trail by 12. Jones finds Canner. From deep. Wow, drew the... And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. And Jackson gets it to go.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Covington kicks to Giles. Portland moving the ball around. Tries again. Cantor, the pass to Giles. The Trailblazers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And so he makes both from the line.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Out left to the wing. Wide open look here for Zubac. Off target from outside. Trailblazers trail by 12. Jones drives in. And he banks in the layup. Simons has got his first basket.
All the way to the bucket. No resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
To the wing on the left. Back to Jackson. Fires for 3. The shot, no good. And so it's Los Angeles going in.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 10. Shaq, what was your... And that does it for our half.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Nice game. Great performance by Marcus Morris.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Beverly in at the point.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him. Portland on defense. 8-point game. And a deep 3 from George.
He has to keep improving on this end of the floor. When C.J. is helping out on defense, the teammates feed off that.
3-pointer, Lillard. Offensive rebound. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Yeah, just a terrific job of just staying with it. Nice.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Drills the 3-pointer. Leonard's got 9.
Now, Kawhi does damage from the mid-range and from the inside and gets challenged to make threes, but he can do that too.
Pass to Nurkic. The shot by Lillard, wide open. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
Morris finds Ibaka. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit, and I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
Rocket 2. And then Lillard slams it in.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
George passes to Beverly. Lillard from outside, and another 3 for Portland.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
McCollum against George. Leonard kicks to George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. He's got 8.
That's a nice play by Paul George, showing a nice touch from the mid-range.
Lillard outside. The dish to Collins. Back to Lillard. Over Beverly. Lillard misses. Los Angeles leading by 5. Ibaka, the pass to Beverly. Nobody near Leonard. No good on the 3.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Stolen by Beverly, and now the Clippers on the break. Here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
I just feel like Patrick Beverly has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Lillard against George. From deep three-point range, Lillard misses. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. They've led by as many as 14 points. Leonard kicks to George. Shoots over Nurkic. Inside, taken away by Anthony. Here's Collins. And it's sent back by Leonard.
And that's the thing we know about Leonard. As a defender, on the ball, off the ball, he's rarely out of any play.
A three-pointer, no good. Trailblazers trail by 7. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around, but he gets it back. Lillard against Beverly. Lock at 6. Portland needs to get off a shot. Paul George with the steal. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Just a level of power and explosiveness. Leonard just tenacious at the rim.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. From deep. Morris with the rebound.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And he's good on the 3-ball. Lillard's got 18 points in the game.
Yeah, Damian Lillard, this is some Oaktown response. You make one, I got you back.
And here's George. And here's Leonard from 3. Doesn't go for him.
Blessed with awesome physical tools. Ibaka can alter shots anywhere on the floor.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here in a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
The passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. We've got Robert Covington. Enes Kanter is out there with Giles. Then it's Jones. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Jones the pass to Simons. Passes it to Kanter. Here's Giles. Zubac's defending. Here's Kanter. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Batum. The pass to Mann. Kennard on the wing. He's covered by Kanter. Kennard's shot is off.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is I just got to get the next one to go, and you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Here's Jackson. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. And the dunk by Zubac.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Simons, the pass to Covington. Here's Simons. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Kennard finds Jackson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there. And now, yep, this will be a Carter's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Giles. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. McCollum's checked in for Derek Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. He told them this game wasn't over yet. He said, don't give up. If you make a few big plays, we're right back in this game. Stay the course. Back to you, Kevin.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Rebound by the Clippers. Ibaka's got 5 rebounds tonight, and Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles leading by 11.
And how about the anticipation? Just sniffed that one out, knew exactly when to make the move.
Nurkic the pass to Lillard. Over Jackson. Anthony finds Kanter. Kicks it out to Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. It's George on the wing. A 3 from Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more three-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
Right wing. Three-pointer, Lillard, Nurkic. Yes, that goes in.
On that pick and roll, you have to always play Lillard to shoot, but he's smart enough to see those gaps, dumps it off to the man in the best position to score there.
McCollum against George. Up top, Ibaka. Outside for George. And again, no good by the Clippers. Trailblazers trail by 9. Lillard from outside. The rebound by Ibaka. Leonard against Kanter. Stolen by Kanter. 44 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And that one's good. Lillard.
Well, he has that ability, elevates his game in the clutch time. It's Lillard time. He's on point.
Beverly against Lillard. Here's Beverly. Outside for George. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Clippers lead by 8.
Think back to when Paul George entered the league in the 2010-11 season for the Indiana Pacers. A skinny kid. Not so much anymore.
And a deep three from Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard. Ibaka outside. Morris outside from deep three-point range. So the Clippers with the win. They came in. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. And the Clippers starting five. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka. And it's George in at the shooting guard. And for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the center position. Now here is Ibaka. And Leonard has it in the corner. To the inside. George, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo. Indoors tonight, two experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. A three from Morris. Kept alive.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
To the paint. Kicks it down to Middleton. Off target with his three. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Leonard. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, speed, intelligence, touch. Kawhi Leonard has it all.
Holiday against Beverley. Holiday, the pass to Giannis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Middleton looking it over. High post Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
Boy, you love Lopez's effort. This guy dunking is easy for him, right? He's close to the rim, 7 foot. Come on now.
And GA Chris Middleton over his career much improved on the defensive end.
A true two-way player. And I tell you, that 6'11" wingspan helps. Able to use that length to bother shots and disrupt passes.
Now here is Ibaka. From deep, George. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Shot from the low block. DiVincenzo hits the bucket.
It really helps their team so much with Middleton's passing with effectiveness, and it helps him out as a scorer. He's that much harder to defend.
Here's George. Leonard with no one around. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Now here is Holiday. In the corner, it's DiVincenzo. The 3. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Lopez has got his second basket of the game.
Well, it's just solid awareness by Brook Lopez, working hard to get his team a second opportunity.
Back to George. Out to Morris. Lets it go. The rebound by the Bucks.
Boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
Passes it to DiVincenzo. Misses the 3. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. It's a 3-point game. Down low, here's Ibaka.
Well, let's remember, Serge Ibaka is a defensive presence. This guy, an elite shot blocker early in his career, and he is now a capable scorer from just about anywhere.
Ibaka hits both of them.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
50 seconds left to play in the first. Holiday dishes to Lopez. Back to Holiday. To the middle. Tries from 7. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. LA's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. And here's Leonard from 3. Out to Ibaka. Outside Leonard. There's the pass to Beverly. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And George, here we go. And it goes down 2 points.
You can see there's complete trust in Paul George in pick and rolls. Fantastic at taking advantage of the defense and the separation they give him.
Here's Holiday. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Antetokounmpo. And it's off the back rim. No good. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers lead by 1. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. This is...
For me personally, I just want to know.
And for Giannis, Greg, the consistency from range has been a focal point.
The more accurate he is from outside, the wider the driving lanes become, making him nearly impossible to stop.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
And this is why coaches say be aggressive. As long as you're playing smart, good things tend to happen, even if you're on the road.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3. Kennard for 3. The rebound by the Bucks. And the turnover again by Milwaukee. And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10", with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players. Here's T. Following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. He dishes it to Batum. Here's Cousins, and he uses the glass on the layup. Cousins has got the lead up to 5 now for the Clippers.
Well, any play that ends with DeMarcus at the cup or in the paint is good offense.
Outside Teague. Cousins pulls it in. Los Angeles leading by 5. In the corner, Kennard with it. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Outside Teague. Pass to Portis. And Portis throws it down.
Well, Jeff Teague knows how to get by and find teammates. That's pretty right there.
Jackson against Teague. Jackson looking it over. Pass to Cousins. Just 4 to shoot. Nice move. The rebound by the Bucks.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Antetokounmpo, no good. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Cousins with the ball. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Bucks trail by 5. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Cousins against Teague. Tucker the pass to Portis. 5 to shoot. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. 1:51 left here in the second. Here's Teague, rejected by Cousins.
The aggressive defense by DeMarcus Cousins, not content to just alter it. Send it back.
Back to Kennard. Puts up a 3. Trains the three-pointer. Kennard's got 5 now.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Teague against Cousins. Teague can't hit.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Now here's Jackson. Out to the wing. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Floats it up for Cousins. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Giannis drives in. And Giannis throws it down.
And how about the initiative there from Antetokounmpo? Excellent at seeing lanes to the basket and then just taking advantage.
Now here's Jackson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Cousins, the pass to Batum. Shot clock at 6. Here's Jackson. Giannis grabs the miss. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. They trail by 6.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
You know, we always talk about what a rare talent Giannis is. And it's true. Unrivaled athleticism and versatility.
Now here's Leonard. He's got 5. And foul up. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Well, what a stop by Patrick Beverly.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with their lead standing at 6 points here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in. And that...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, he knows they're coming for him, but he's accustomed to that kind of attention, and he's quite comfortable dealing with it.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Baca is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. Bucks trail by 6. Here's Holiday, and Holiday throws it down.
And I tell you, Antetokounmpo's evolved into one of the better passing forwards in our league. And when the defense is focused on you that much, you need to be able to find the open man.
Now, here's George. Outside Leonard. He feeds it to Ibaka. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
Holiday surveying the floor. High post Lopez. Here's Giannis. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Leonard. Clippers leading by 6. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
And if you're looking to make a big play with the pass, you've got to love Giannis. He's a big target on those alley-oop lobs.
Now, here is George. Trying to get open is Ibaka.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Outside Holiday. Passes it to Antetokounmpo. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Leonard's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's George. The shot, no good. Now the Bucks take it the other way.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
And it's George again missing.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Bucks trail by 6. 1:56 left in the third quarter. Beverly against Holiday. The pass to Antetokounmpo. Middleton outside. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And this is Middleton's game. He's thinking of shooting it even before the pass hits his hands.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Leonard attacking. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Leonard's got 9.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Holiday dishes to Lopez. Holiday against Beverly. Holiday the pass to Lopez. The kick out to Holiday. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Clippers leading by 6. Now Jackson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Cousins trying to free himself up. Rebounded by Tucker. And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Los Angeles shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. And Jackson no good on that one. Bucks trail by 8. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now here's Jackson. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Kennard. Outside for Jackson. Fires the 3. Nailed from three-point land. Jackson's got 5 points now this quarter.
The improved touch of Jackson, especially from range, now making him a multi-dimensional threat.
T. Count it.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the court.
The third quarter comes to a close. The Clippers on top. They're up by 7. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Los Angeles leading by 7. They've got P.J. Tucker, Antetokounmpo out there with Portis. Then there's Teague, and it's Connaughton in at the 2 guard. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Now here's Jackson. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 5. Man passes to Kennard. No one covering. Kennard's got the lead up to 9 now for Los Angeles. Bucks shooting around 41% on the night. Teague feeling it out a bit. Portis trying to free himself. And it's slammed in by Teague.
Oh, my goodness. The vicious dunk by Jeff Teague completes the drive with a big-time attack of the rim.
And Cousins kicks to Kennard. Floats it up for Cousins. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
What's better as an alley-oop partner than a man with great length and great hands? Go to work, DeMarcus.
Outside Teague. Pass to Connaughton. Tucker with the ball. 6 to shoot. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Portis can't get it to go. Clippers leading by 9, and the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. And here's Jackson. Pass to Cousins. From deep. Rebound by Brook Lopez. Lopez has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And stolen by Cousins. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Now here is Holiday. Antetokounmpo trying to break loose, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Cousins against Lopez. Outside Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Cousins. That shot missing. Good D by Lopez. Bucks trail by 9. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Stolen by Beverly. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Leonard's got the ball. And George with the stuff.
Well, that's about timing and precision and knowing for Paul George how to use that leaping ability to get that alley-oop.
Beverly against Holiday. Fires the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
We've got 1:48 left in the game. Leonard, that's for 2. It's hauled in by Giannis. Antetokounmpo's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. To the inside. Lays it up off the glass.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
Now here's Beverly. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Here's Leonard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You can see the kind of savvy Kawhi Leonard plays with. This guy makes the defense commit and gets himself to the foul line.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Giannis with it. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. They've led by as many as 11 points. George looking over the floor. He kicks it to Beverly. Leonard on the wing. With the putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
Count it.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. DiVincenzo against George. From deep 3-point range, and no good that time. On the wing, Holiday. So the Clippers with the win. A solid win. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.